Chinese have beaten the Americans in their own microchip game. But is this a win or a worry?
This, at first glance, is just a smartphone.
So what really changed everybody's view of this device was what was at the heart of it.
Chips is now at the very heart of US-China tensions.
Technological leadership has been the source of U.S. strength since World War II.
Defying U.S. sanctions on semiconductor tech sharing.
At a world in which the Chinese Communist Party dominates critical technologies, particularly artificial intelligence.
In recent years, China has been on a mission to achieve self-sufficiency in microchip production. And let me tell you, they've just taken a giant leap toward that goal. Their latest achievement has taken the world by storm. This development is not just significant, it's groundbreaking with far-reaching implications for the future of technology and global economies. But what exactly is this groundbreaking achievement, and why is it causing such a stir? Stick around as we peel back the layers of this groundbreaking achievement, uncovering fascinating facts, figures, and even a few controversies along the way. Get ready, because you won't believe what China just built. For years, China, despite being an economic powerhouse, has relied heavily on foreign chip makers, particularly the tiny island nation of Taiwan. Believe it or not, Taiwan produces over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. That's a lot of tiny brains for such a small place. Why is this such a big deal? To put it simply, semiconductors are the brains behind our modern gadgets. They are in everything from smartphones and laptops to cars and advanced medical equipment. The smaller and more efficient these chips are, the more powerful and energy efficient our devices can be. This reliance on foreign chips has been a bit of a thorn in China's side. It's like having a state-of-the-art kitchen, but needing to borrow your neighbor's pots and pans every time you want to cook. But recently, China has been making some serious moves to change the game. They've launched a massive push for chip independence, pouring billions into research and development. This push for self-sufficiency isn't entirely out of the blue. The ongoing trade war between the US and China definitely fueled the fire. They see chip independence as a matter of national security and economic dominance. Think about it this way. If someone controlled the flow of oil to your country, it would be a big deal, right? Well, in the modern world, microchips are the new oil. They power everything, and China wants to be the ultimate supplier, not a dependent customer. China's ability to produce advanced microchips despite lacking access to the most cutting-edge tools used by competitors like TSMC and Samsung is akin to building a state-of-the-art skyscraper with only basic construction tools. This breakthrough not only demonstrates China's growing technological prowess, but also signals a shift in the global semiconductor industry. So, how did China manage to achieve this, and what does it mean for the future of technology? To understand why China's recent achievements are so surprising, we need to take a step back and look at the broader picture. The global semiconductor industry is incredibly competitive and dominated by a few key players like Taiwan's TSMC and South Korea's Samsung. These companies have led the charge in producing the smallest, most efficient chips, which are crucial for powering everything from smartphones to supercomputers. However, China has faced significant hurdles in this race. Since 2018, the United States has imposed stringent export controls and sanctions on Chinese tech companies, aiming to curb their access to cutting-edge technologies. These restrictions intensified in 2022, targeting not just Chinese firms but also pressuring allies like Japan and the Netherlands to limit sales of advanced chip-making equipment to China. The goal? To hinder China's progress in developing advanced semiconductors. One major blow was the sanctioning of ZTE and Huawei, two of China's telecom giants. These sanctions were akin to grounding a top athlete just before a major competition. They prevented these companies from accessing crucial US-made components, throwing a wrench into their operations. But rather than backing down, China viewed these challenges as a call to action, a moment to double down on self-reliance. They embarked on a mission to achieve self-sufficiency in semiconductor technology, investing billions of dollars into research, development, and the construction of new fabrication plants. This mission gained urgency with the October 2022 export controls, which further restricted China's access to critical semiconductor technology from the US, Japan, and the Netherlands. One of the pivotal moves in China's strategy was the creation of the National Integrated Circuit Industry Investment Fund, often referred to as the Big Fund. This fund has poured resources into dozens of semiconductor companies, helping them to innovate and compete on the global stage. Fast forward to today, and China's SMIC has stunned the world by developing a 7-nanometer chip. To put this into perspective, producing such a chip is like crafting a Swiss watch with the precision of a master jeweler, but with fewer tools than your competitors. Typically, the most advanced chips are made using extreme ultraviolet (EUV) lithography. Only one company in the world makes them, the Dutch firm ASML.
ASML hasn't been allowed to export its EUV machines to China. Never.
However, SMIC achieved this feat using deep ultraviolet (DUV) lithography, which is a step behind EUV in terms of technology. This new 7 nanometers chip powers Huawei's latest smartphones. It's a significant leap forward because it demonstrates that China can innovate under pressure and find alternative solutions when conventional routes are blocked. This chip's development is not just a technical achievement, it's a statement of resilience and ingenuity. So, what does this mean for the global semiconductor market? Imagine a tightly controlled race where one of the underdogs suddenly finds a shortcut and catches up with the frontrunners. China's advancement could disrupt the balance of power in the semiconductor industry. Currently, TSMC and Samsung dominate the market for advanced chips. They supply essential components to major tech companies worldwide. With China's entry into the advanced chip arena, the dynamics could shift. Companies that have relied on TSMC and Samsung might start considering Chinese suppliers, especially if tensions between the US and China escalate further. Moreover, China's progress could accelerate its drive towards self-sufficiency in technology. This move is not just about catching up. It's about ensuring that future technological advancements are not stymied by geopolitical conflicts. In the long run, this could lead to a more diversified and possibly more resilient global supply chain for semiconductors. China's rapid progress in the semiconductor industry is no accident. It's the result of strategic investments and meticulous planning. 2019, China has poured billions into its National Integrated Circuit Industry Investment Fund, bolstering over 40 semiconductor companies.
China is the player that made the first move by very heavily subsidizing its industry and trying to achieve independence.
In 2024 alone, China plans to build 18 new semiconductor fabrication plants. This massive expansion is like planting seeds across a vast field, anticipating a bountiful harvest in the future. The goal is clear: to become a global leader in semiconductor manufacturing, reducing dependence on foreign technology and expertise. Shanghai Microelectronics Equipment, SME, a key player in this push, is developing its own lithography technology. By 2025, they aim to produce advanced lithography machines, further diminishing China's reliance on Western technology. While China's leap in semiconductor technology is impressive, it's important to understand the roadblocks that lie ahead. One major challenge is scaling up production. It's not just about making one or two successful chips. It's about consistently producing millions of them with high quality and minimal defects. Yield rate, essentially the percentage of chips that meet quality standards, needs significant improvement. Current technology leaders like TSMC have refined their processes to achieve very high yield rates. China's SMIC, on the other hand, is still working on perfecting this aspect. Another hurdle is improving technology to match the precision of industry leaders. China's SMIC uses deep ultraviolet, DUV, lithography for its 7-nanometer chips, whereas competitors like TSMC and Samsung use the more advanced extreme ultraviolet, EUV, lithography. It's like using a sharp knife versus a laser cutter. Both can get the job done, but the latter is much more precise and efficient. Furthermore, the advanced equipment required for the latest semiconductor manufacturing is mostly controlled by companies from the US, Japan, and the Netherlands. This dependence is a significant vulnerability, especially in a world where trade restrictions can change overnight. Economically, the massive investments required in research and development pose a challenge. While China is pouring billions into this sector, the returns on such investments take time to materialize. It's a high-stakes gamble, like investing in a long-term stock that may or may not pay off.
We are ahead of them, we need to stay ahead of them, and we need to deny them this technology that they need to advance their military.
Well, with China's recent advancements in microchip technology, the world is left pondering. Is this a friend or foe scenario in the tech world? On the bright side, a more competitive market could be a huge win for consumers. This competition can drive down prices and accelerate innovation, meaning faster, cheaper, and more powerful devices for everyone. However, it's not all rosy. There are significant security concerns when it comes to potential Chinese dominance in the chip industry. Semiconductors are the heart of modern technology, embedded in everything from smartphones to critical infrastructure. The fear is that chips produced under the influence of a geopolitical rival might come with hidden vulnerabilities or backdoors, compromising security on a global scale. This brings us to a controversial take. Is a self-sufficient China in the semiconductor sector good or bad for the global tech landscape? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective on this complex issue. And to watch the latest geopolitical news, watch this video here.